Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Brian Galke. How's it going? Oh, yeah, I forgot. We're ACES53. Sorry, I forgot all about that. We're just so used to talking, and we've been talking. It's been a while because you've been gone on all these different conferences,
Yep.
Mr. Speaker.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, I was wiped. So last weekend,
Can you cut that stuff off?
I'm doing it. I'm fixing it right now. Hey, that's
Put some headphones on, then we wouldn't hear it. Put headphones on, and we wouldn't hear that.
Well, I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, let's see. Do not disturb. Where'd it go? Oh, they moved it on me. Okay, do not disturb.
Turn down the notifications.
I just turn off it all. Anyway, no, I was in New York last week, and it was a long week. So I got there Monday night. There was a pitch fest event I attended. Then after that, Tuesday was getting checked in, doing sound check, all that kind of stuff. Spoke Wednesday, and then took a 5:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning Uber to get to the airport. So I was wiped. I didn't end up doing much for the Super Bowl just because I'm still catching back up on sleep. Like my watch broke when I was in New York, but I have the Whoop. It kept telling me like, your sleep sucks, your sleep sucks, your sleep sucks. And the last night I was there, I got 2.5 hours of sleep. So I'm getting back to normal, quasi-normal.
That sounds like my normal sleep.
Yeah. So, Sunday, I just went over to a friend's house and just nobody seemed to be doing anything big for the Super Bowl this year.
Because nobody cared.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: it didn't matter once the Broncos quarterback broke his foot and they had the backup.
Yeah.
And then you had this 23-year-old quarterback for that. And they barely beat the Broncos because the backup quarterback threw the thing backwards, and that's how they won. Yeah. I said no matter whether the backup quarterback for Broncos won or whether the Patriots won, it was still going to be a blowout. I said it was going to be 40-7. I was off because they just got all those field goals instead of touchdowns. If they would have got them all touchdowns, it would have been through anyway. So
agreed. It was interesting because normally like I get hit up like 6-8 people who are like going, hey, we're doing a Super Bowl party. This year, nobody really felt like doing anything. And I talked to lots of people. A lot of people were like, oh, well, I'll go to my local sports bar. And those same people are like, nah, I just watched from home. It seemed like a weird year. And I don't know, at least for Dallas, we had like 2 weeks ago where it was, snow and ice. And I think everybody went hard last weekend. And then people are just worn out this weekend. I don't know. It was a very weird year for Super Bowl.
Yeah, I just also think there was, the Super Bowl halftime, all the different things, and all the political stuff. I didn't watch it. I watched the other one, The Turning Point, just because I didn't want to deal with the political stuff. I'm like, let's just watch the other thing. It's just, people singing and no one caring.
Yeah. And that's unfortunately, you just saw people even arguing about that. And it's like, just let people watch whatever they want to watch. I don't care one way or the other. And, it's a game that's, it's supposed to be fun. You set up all the little bets and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, nobody really seemed to really be that interested. And I know that's been a big thing on social media this week as well. What on Monday, everybody was putting out, what was your favorite ad? What did you think about this? And,
any good ads.
There were one or two that I liked, and I can't remember now even what they were. But when I watched them, I was like, oh, that was a good one.
But it's not like the old ones.
No, it's definitely.
Huh?
It was the polar bears liking Pepsi. That one made me laugh.
Yeah, but it was none. Chris, when the Pepsi, what was that one where it was Pepsi with the hot model, Christy?
I didn't even see that one.
Years ago. I'm talking a long time ago. Amazing, amazing ones that were funny and whatever, or the Bud Light commercials, and that were the guys.
Yeah. What's up? All those. Yeah. There wasn't one that stood out. Or what was it? Several years ago, the Talking Baby was a big one. Yeah, there wasn't any one that really stood out when I was paying attention.
Yeah, this year Budweiser tried to keep it really patriotic.
A
horse raised the eagle.
Right.
It's like they're trying really hard to bring them back. We want you back.
Yeah. Well, Bud Light sales tanked, and the whole thing is just we don't need to get into it.
The whole thing with that is know who your client is.
That's what I was going to say. It goes back to what we talked about. Who is your avatar, and why would you go to upset them? And then you can go down the list of companies. Like I just flew Southwest Airlines when I got iced in. I couldn't get out on American, and that was the first day that they did assigned seats. So all this chaos happened, and they're based here in Dallas, but they were always known for free checked bags. And you pick your own seat, right? Like you just show up and on the plane. Now they charge for bags. They charge you if you just buy a regular flight, you have to pay to upgrade your seat. and they charge, so, and you have to buy a seat. Everything that they were known for, they've lost. And they were a good airline that was doing well, but they got bought by a new ownership, and they're trying to change who they were, and they're going to lose their loyal fan base. The only thing that I think will keep them there is if they keep that people who fly and do, I think it's called A-list A-list flyers for Southwest. If you make A-list, you get a companion ticket for free everywhere you go. That's the only thing that keeps people loyal there now, because everything else that was a selling point is now gone, and they're the same as every other airline.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? I never liked Southwest because I didn't have my seat.
Yeah. I'm AA. I've been with them for so long because Southwest didn't fly everywhere I needed to without having to do stops. Because when I grew up out here, and Southwest they couldn't do direct flights. So they always had to pit stop somewhere. So even if they were $100 cheaper, well, you have to go to this other city and then, sit down and all that kind of stuff. And it just was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, but back to your whole thing about the airlines now. I mean, every airline is charging upgraded seats or this or that, or flights. When I was looking at United to fly to the Cancun for that event I didn't go to, I was like, there wasn't that. But when we were looking to fly somewhere else, Marsha and I was like, now you got to pick this seat, or do you want this seat? And it was like, wow, it gets expensive once you get it all there.
Yeah. Like I said, they just got rid of what they were known for. Their whole niche and everything else is completely gone. So now people are going to look at it like, why would I fly them other than A-list?
Is the A-list is what?
That's where you get the free, you get like upgraded.
Is that an A-list of Southwest? Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, that's what they call theirs. It's the A-list preferred or something like that. It's their elite status tier. And the whole thing, like I was saying, is you get a companion pass. So you pick for, let's say you made it in 2025. In 2026, you pick who's going to be your companion for that whole year. And that person gets to fly everywhere you fly for free.
If you don't have a companion?
Most people just find a friend, like, who may travel with me.
Do you use your daughter?
I could. That's a good point. I just never fly Southwest. Jimmy, who we've had on here, he loves Southwest. That was his airline of choice. I've always been an AA guy because where I used to need to go when I was corporate America, AA got there and Southwest didn't.
Yeah, and see, I'm United because it went everywhere. And then Delta was my second choice because that was the other one that would go where I'd go.
Yeah.
Not now. Yeah. Like if I want to fly to Vegas from here, I have to either go to Sacramento, San Jose, or San Francisco. That's all going to be 2 hours, plus the hour to get, to you have to be before. And so I'm like, okay, well, and then I have a local airline that is right up from me that is what the name of the Raider Dome, Allegiant. It flies from here, but it flies like certain times. I don't have to worry about baggage because they, as a vet, they cover your bags.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Have you done PSX yet?
Yeah. I used to use them all the time, but they're no longer $250, $300 each way. It's more like $600 to $700 each way.
Really? See, I haven't used them. Some people, Steve used to fly.
I love them. They were great, but Steve also made more money than I do. His was get paid for, plus out of Burbank, where he down close where he was, they went to many different places from Burbank. They'll go to Las Vegas. They'll go to other places. So.
Well, while we're talking about like airlines and all that kind of stuff, and
I don't know why we're talking about airlines on here,
but
anyway,
you were talking about your business. It was very interesting to be at the real estate event last week where they were talking about they think things are going to change and houses are going to start moving again, whereas your industry's been in a lull for
5 years.
Yeah. People were super excited. People flew in all the way from Hawaii to come to this event in New York. And there were lots of people that got up who, some billionaires, some millionaires, then people who were just sharing their practices, what they do on social media. But the biggest component of it all was, how are people using AI? Are they using it for social media? Are they using it for listings? How are they doing it? And there were probably 40 booths of people, and I would say a majority of them were pushing AI of some sort.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's to help you. It's to get rid of all the other people you don't want. I'm at the point when I finished my pod veteran, I was just thinking I got to get it finished because two things. I'm tired of paying up with clips, and I'm tired of paying for my VAs. I mean, I like them and everything, but if I could get it done, because everything I'm doing takes up my full-time, my part-time VA plus the pod and everything else I have, and it's either, you know, so the question is, it's just because I talked to somebody else and they got rid of all their VAs because with AI.
Oh yeah. Well, you look at it. I mean, well, since we saw this before, you were showing me the other day, pop up your website and show people what you created in vibe coding. Like just no, you want to wait.
Yeah, not ready.
I think you should show them the layout. No, I'm just talking about the colors, the layout. Like that's something that you and I both.
You can just go to vaclaimbridge.com.
Yeah. Well, the important thing about that, you and I both had Steve as our like speaking coaches back in the day. And back then, so we're talking 2021, if you wanted to have a website put together, you were spending at least $5,000 to $8,000. And that was
websites are easy. Websites are 5-10 minutes now.
That's what I'm saying.
Cheap.
Yes. And that's professional looking, and it can, all the components are there versus you used to have to buy all these separate pieces of software. It's amazing what people can do today. And they're still asking like, what's the closest restaurant to me? So one of the big Super Bowl ads was for, what was it we were talking about? There's OpenAI had one, Claude had one, but who was that other one that's talking about people can create whatever they want?
Base 44.
Base 44, yeah. But they said $100 million was spent on advertising was AI products.
Yeah, I could see that totally. I mean, because if you look how easy, I mean, I'm going to share a screen real quick.
Sure.
Yeah. Share. So this is my Big Hangry Media website I made.
Right.
Oh no, don't do that. Get a strategy call. Anyway, it's about and it was because I was doing websites. So I'm like, okay, but how do I do it where I'm not really doing website? I'm doing other things. And it helped me create this whole thing. And then I have the podcast production over here underneath something else to help people with their podcasts. Yeah. However, I couldn't have done this in the amount of time. It probably took me an hour to do this. Plus it helped create all these different things automatically.
What used to take 6 months takes 60 seconds is an easy way to just put it out there.
Well, the thing is you're not waiting for other people. The user who's going to use it and wants to know how it should look is making it now. That's the difference.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to get. That's important because and it's just like the software that I just created. Let me share my other screen. Sorry, I'm at my house without my DSLR. You get to see my ugly closet. So this is the VA claims expert and provider marketplace. So this is and I created, I mean, it has so many. So this just talks about it. See this right here? This is AI inside here that actually is so smart. It has all the databases that a rater would look at or somebody else would look at to tell you what to do. You ask it a question, it will do it for you. It will write letters for you. It will do everything for you if you don't have somebody helping you. But the other thing is these tools, all these different tools I had it made. And it's just the tools alone is worth. Actually, you don't pay for those tools. You only pay for the AI tools. And why do you have to pay for AI tools, Brian?
Because they're constantly being upgraded and redone and everything else.
No, because the AI costs.
Well, that's
so they all use some type of AI and you got to pay for that AI. It's not free. That's like when you do, and then if you're a veteran, you go here. And if you're a provider, and that would be somebody like a VA claims provider, or you do Nexus letters, or you do all these different other things. A VSO, you can, and that's what it's. But I couldn't have done this ever,
right?
Or it would have taken me forever to get somebody to do this. But here, like the different providers, these are all the different providers. And what's nice about this, it's a platform to connect between everybody.
Yes.
Where I mean is when you're the provider and as the user, if you need help and you've already got your stuff in, you can pick the provider, connect with the provider, have video conferences with the provider inside the platform and message back and forth inside of the platform. And they can see all your stuff to where you don't have to send them stuff. It's already in there. It's protected.
Right. Well, I don't know if you were on Monday, but Perry talked Monday morning in the AI Morning Club that I guess Claude Code came out last week and all the SaaS companies' stock prices dropped because all these companies that are charging you, ridiculous amounts per month and everything else, people are going to write their own code. And I think you were talking earlier, people are like, well, there's nobody going to be there to support it. You don't even need people to do that anymore.
You do to a certain point. So I built into both of mine. So I created that shortfuse.io, which is the QR code and short link. Inside of that has an engine that checks to see what's going on. Has anybody tried to break in? Has anybody? And I did the same thing for VA Claim Bridge, where I have a place in there that shows all the different things that it's going on, and if there's an issue and the health of everything. And it's really amazing that what I was able to do. And I kept being told by my Abdi about this thing, going, dude, just hire those 2 guys who said they'd help you. I go, how am I supposed to tell them? They want me to put all this information, words, into what I want, how I want it, everything else, and I don't even know how I want it.
Right.
And this way I created it the way I wanted it. And as I did it, I've been working on this for a couple months, but not like full time every day. But lately I have been taking a few days a week to finish it up. And now I have it. Now I can hire those 2 guys to bulletproof it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I don't need it. It'll work perfectly, but when 1,000 people use it, maybe have some issues.
Right.
10,000 major freaking issues. So,
well, and that's what
when you need like AWS and somebody else to do the databases.
Yes, but that's the best problem to have, right? Like, is that you grow to the point that you have to pay for larger things, but people can still go and create simple apps that will have a few hundred to a few thousand users. That'd be so much more. That reminds me, I need to follow up on Perry's thing. Hold on, make a note to myself.
And it's just great because you can make it. You can make a website if you need to. You can have whatever's in your head. You can have a whole business plan, everything done within an hour. Yeah, and have it ready to go. That's the difference. Where before I have an idea, I want to get it to market. I want to do this. Okay, 8 months later.
Right.
Now it's like if you don't have it ready to go within a month, you're what are you doing?
Oh yeah,
it's taking you so long.
Well, because you used to have to send things over. The coders would code it. You'd have to tell them what's wrong. Now you're literally, and you used to have to know a bit about code. And now it's just, oh, look, I'm going to change this. And you have to think, how would I explain it to a computer? And that's all it takes.
Right. And then the nice thing is you have to learn that there's 2 modes, build and plan. Explain it to it and plan, and then tell you, can I build it now? Almost. Because if you talk to it and build, it's going to build, and then it screws it up, and then you have to fix it.
Right.
And don't understand that as you keep building it, it's going to get more complex. Like the one I have now is, the actual use of telling the veteran how and what they should do, and how to do it by theory. Everything else is in there. And I got all that from a raider who talks about all these different things on a YouTube channel. And that, so he's got current knowledge, where most of the current knowledge out there, you have to beg people to figure it out. I want to give it to everybody so they have it, and they're able to do it. Yes, you're going to probably pay $25 to $29 a month till you get your claim done, but it's much cheaper than paying $5,000 or $7,500 or $1,500 and 20% of your first check.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, that's what people aren't realizing is all these softwares are going to come out that are going to streamline and cheapen what you can do things for. So they were talking about the one that's going to be hit the largest is going to be Salesforce. And it's because for what Salesforce really does, they are so expensive. Then you have to hire a Salesforce specialist to come in, help you fix it all up. It was great in its day and age, but now why pay the exorbitant fees for it? And they're already seeing that HubSpot and these other marketing companies that used to charge a very, very high amount, they're getting their butts kicked by Go High Level. They're coming in.
Even that's going to get, because here's the thing. It's going to get so people are going to be tired. We talked about this before, and we said it multiple times, how people are going to go, I don't want to pay so much per month.
Right.
I want to pay $100 and it's good for a couple of years. And that's it. And that's how you should do your software. That's how you should do everything, like it was in the 90s and the 2000s before it went to SaaS.
Imagine people we know. We've met some people that their entire business was charging high amounts to give people AI bots and things like that. And now you can get all those same services for $20 a month.
Right. Or cheaper, or, you build your own. That's just like I built my own URL shortener and QR code because I didn't want to pay $29 for somebody else's.
Well, it's funny with what you can ask now. Some guy hit me up the other day. He's like, I can design a LinkedIn banner for you. I'm like, but why would I use you? I can tell AI to do it now.
Right.
And I've mentioned this before. Two of my sisters were graphic artists. One is still as a graphic artist. The other one moved over to being a HubSpot expert. But people graduating now with like degrees in design and stuff, like, I don't know what they're going to do.
No, they need to have an English degree.
Yeah.
Because
they
yeah. Right, exactly. I mean, here's the thing. So here's what's happening with AI. So I'm building this AI to help vets get their disability benefits. VA is creating an AI to go back through all the private DBQs. Don't ask me to tell you what that stands for. Basically, it's a medical thing where it tells you everything about your current condition. It's supposed to be done by a doctor, a PA, a nurse practitioner. Well, there's been some mills who's been doing these things, and some vets have like, oh yeah, okay, I'll say that, and then now they're creating an AI to search all those private DBQs and look for fraud.
Yeah.
And so you're going to see, they're going back 10 years. So you're going to see a lot of people in trouble. And but for me, I'm like, okay, now with AI, we can make sure your DBQ is correct from the beginning. I'm already have it in there to be built. So the biggest thing is you don't do it on purpose, but maybe they marked the wrong box or they said one extra thing thinking you were somebody else, but you got to make sure it's perfect. It will create the thing for you, have your people sign it. Or if they wanted to do it right at the VA, they would have that's the Veterans Administration people. They would have the Veterans Administration's doctors fill out the DBQs.
So let's take this outside of, for people who don't know what you're doing. The point of everything that you're creating can be done for any industry, for any product.
Yes.
And so you're using it for vets, and you're using terminology that, people who are veterans understand. But the high level of this all is what you created was out of, what have they always said? Create something you need. And that's what vibe coding and everything else allows people to do now is, if there's some need that you have that either you feel like you're paying too much for it or isn't out there yet, you can go into vibe coding and create it.
And this creates the pain. This is a pain. This isn't just a need. This is a major pain. It's the same pain that we have with podcasting. How like 90% of people, fail after episode 3, and of the leftover 10%, 90 fell by 21 or 20 episode 20. I created a software so that you can do the pain that's from that. You don't have to have that same pain.
Yes.
So focus on what you can handle, and it's a pain for somebody. Figure their pain and fix that pain, and they're going to back up the truck for you.
I'm listening to a book right now, Story Brand Selling. Let me see what the name of it is.
Oh, speaking of that, I got like 8 books I got to buy on. I got so many credits still because I don't walk like I used to because of my knee and stuff like that.
Building a story brand. And it's really good, but it's talking about too many people are all talking about themselves and their business. And it's like, if you're not putting people's pain on the website and they can't read it, that's why people aren't buying. So that's what I spent this weekend redoing was my entire website. Cause it's like, oh, Brian does this, Brian does that. It's like, but that's not telling people what they can learn from it. So that's a good book to listen to. So
story problem that you have is you redo your website, but did you redo your website?
Yes. You
did it? You actually went in there and made changes?
Yeah, I made changes.
Somebody else to do it.
No, I did it. I went and used Perry's ChatGPT, the branding expert.
Right. So you just went into the different pages on WordPress and made the changes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, exactly. As a matter of fact, I'm redoing my coaching page right now because I looked at it and it's like, it was so boring. It didn't explain anything. And so that was the first thing that GPT said.
So now are you an agency?
I could be.
What have Ed been telling you for months now?
I don't know. I don't listen.
Take that shit over.
Yeah.
Hire your own pod.
That I will be doing later on, but yes.
Don't be underneath somebody else's high level just because you've been underneath them for a while. You have to, if they're not producing for you, not helping you enough, talk to them and then make a change.
No, that actually helped me. So I had a good on Monday.
I'm telling everybody, Brian, you don't have to take it personally.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm just telling you my story. There's things that I've tried to have GPTs do that I need the human element for. And that's one of the things that they helped me with on Monday was like, I had it set up that I always say, hey, if you're interested, hit the word decode. And it was supposed to send them the cheat sheet and, capture their information. It wasn't working. And that's where, even though I went in, I showed it my workflow plan and everything, it wasn't working. And they fixed it for me on Monday. But I agree with you. The whole thing is everybody needs to look at every single thing you're paying for and then go, what am I wasting money on?
Right.
Yeah.
And you also got to look at, do you really need the WordPress websites now because of what you can create in all the other places. And yes, you can have them converted to WordPress and all the different apps that are in there. However, I can create any little thing on my websites right now, it'll create the PDF, it'll create the whole thing to grab their information, send me the information, and it can keep it internally, or it could be sent to somewhere else and then taken care of.
What are you hosting? The ones you just showed us, the Big Hangry and the other one?
They're on GoDaddy.
GoDaddy. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if they were being done through Replit or Lovable, or because
well, they're from Lovable, but I think I did the host. I think I got the hosting on one of the first one. The shortfuse.io is done with that Cloudflare through Lovable. Gotcha. That's how I connected it. But then the Claim Bridge, I just connected it through with Replit, connected it with the GoDaddy. So, but the thing is, here's the thing: whatever you build that software with, you got to keep their software. So these people are like, ha, ha, ha. But the thing is, you can move it. You upload it to GitHub, and then you can move it somewhere else. So the question is, you can always move it somewhere else and have it updated and whatever. However, things break when you do that. When I moved it so I created it first in Lovable, and then I had it grab all the information and put in all the databases. But then when I uploaded it into GitHub and brought over, sorry, people who don't understand what I'm talking about, we'll have a class on it. Brought it over to Replit. The databases weren't connecting right. And then I had to redo all that stuff. And that took a while. But that happens anytime you do any type of launching or anything, because things crash. And that's how that always works. You have to fix it and make it better. And that's just learning that information. And it sounds like a lot, but it's really not that big of a deal. And the easier app you can make, the better.
Yeah.
Don't make these stupid ones Ed's making.
Well, your first ones were easy. Like you said, the URL and the other one were very, very simple.
Yeah, but I started with building a mortgage freaking site to upload my documents and everything else because I'm tired of paying $50 a month. See how cheap I am? I'm tired of paying $50 a month for these people and $150 for another one. If I could just create this one I want, really simple, because I don't really use it. It's an interim to upload into something else. And that's I just need a upload, do this, and then upload again. And I need to create that site. So because you don't really need a full-fledged point of sale site for what I do in the broker community.
Yep, that's accurate. But like you said, it's all, the whole key thing of everything you just said is you're doing it versus what it would have cost you to even. So you've mentioned what, 4 different websites you've done now?
Well, the websites, yeah. I've built 10 websites, right? And I sold a few of them, and now I got to go live on 2 more that I've been pushing them off because what I've had to. So I learned how to, in Lovable, you create the blogs, you create it with SEO, AEO, and GEO. But now I have it where it will create it weekly and upload it weekly.
There you go.
And so you never have to go, I need a blog. It's automatic. And the one thing nice about Lovable is it creates it, but you don't have to republish the site for it to show up. It automatically shows up.
Nice.
But that's the biggest problem we have is we all want blogs. We all want all this stuff. But we don't have the time to do it. And I have a bunch of assistants who do all my stuff now for everyone, my podcast, my daily. I'm creating 2 more, Ed, and then a real estate jerky I should have done a long time ago. But eventually, even that, newsletters, because I know there's newsletter software out there. The question is, how hard is it to make?
Beehive is the one that Perry recommended. It's super
now
easy.
They recommend somebody else now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, someone said because it's expensive. Like Perry has a totally different one now, I guess. Through he does not HubSpot, but Substack.
Oh, Substack. I know that's who Janine does hers on, and somebody else does one. Oh, one of the guys I met in New York. That's what he did. But hey, I gotta get running here in a second. FYI.
All right, don't run. Walk. You break a hip at your age.
Hey, that's hurtful. True, but hurtful.
No, just don't fall, man, because it takes one little issue and then you're all downhill from what I hear.
Yep. So
you can take us out whenever you're ready. All right. So are you here the rest of the week?
Yep, I'll be here the rest of the week.
And when's your next gig?
Oh, actually, no, I take that back. Thursday, I may not be on. I got invited to a VIP day I'm speaking Friday at an event, and they said, hey, would you actually come to the VIP thing that's from 2 to 5 that day? So unless we can try it in the hotel,
Where are you at? Where are you going to be?
Frisco. This place is an hour away from here.
Oh, Frisco. I was like, you're in San Francisco?
Oh, hey, check this out. I'll show it to you. I don't think you.
No, I know where Frisco is.
No, I know that. I'm talking about the website. You calm down. Where is the website? Hold on. I'm over in a different window here. Go here. Go here. Share screen. All right. So let's see if you can see that one.
Next Level Dallas.
Yeah. So
why aren't you there then instead of that person?
Well, it's his event, but that's what I was going to show you. So check this out. Is
business growth transformation next level.
Like that stage looks really good.
Yeah, they need some more people in there.
Yeah, reason to be there. Then who are the speakers? So look at that. Front and center, baby.
Billy Cox. Who else is there?
So Tom Ziegler, Zig Ziglar's son.
I'm just trying to see if I know anybody else.
You might know Thomas. This guy here, I've never heard of him before, but I was reading up about him. Very impressive. And then
you're broadcasting about yourself, so you can just drop this down and we can talk afterwards.
Yeah. So anyway, see that there. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm speaking at that event on Friday. And then remove. There we go.
Yeah, so, next one over so you don't see my sides of my closet.
Gotcha.
Well, no, the DSLR, everything's blurred. It looks great with the colors and everything else. Man, you DSLR go down. Actually, my Apple went down and I cannot get this computer has an issue with I need to replace this Microsoft computer. I got a bunch of computers, but it's like time to replace everything.
Yeah. Anyway, I got to get out of here, but that's where I'll be on Thursday. So thank you for joining us, everybody. This is Ed Parcaut, myself with ACES53. On Tuesdays, it's Ed and I. And then on some Thursdays, we bring in a special guest we call Joker. That's somebody with special skill or talent that we want to share with you guys. Sometimes it's just Ed and I again. But we appreciate you being here. And thank you very much. Ed, anything else?
No, that's it. We'll talk to you. I will talk to you on Thursday. We'll see something else. All right. Make it a great day, and we'll talk to you.